Welcome to the OCAA live broadcast of the Niagara Knights against the Mohawk Mountaineers women's soccer match here at Tim Hortons Field. My name's Andrew Golub, and I'm here with,
Macfasio Suzua.
and unfortunately, the game will be delayed. Our new kickoff time is going to be 6:20 p.m. Sorry for the inconvenience. Welcome back to OCA Live. Right now, we're in the Canadian National Anthem right before kickoff. Welcome back to the OCAA live broadcast of the Niagara Knights and the Mohawk Mountaineers women's soccer match at Tim Hortons Field. My name's Andrew Glob, and I'm here with.
McFestio Suzua.
And today we have a great matchup between the Knights and the Mountaineers. The Knights are 3-1, and the Mountaineers are 1-2. What can we expect from this game?
I would definitely say that the Mountaineers are in for quite a tough matchup with the Niagara Knights currently being at the top of the division with the record of 3-1. The Mountaineers have had a rough start to their season compared to last year's success. Right now with record being 1-2, they're definitely looking to bounce back. It was quite the close Conestoga game last weekend, but the Mountaineers definitely want to try to hit the scoreboard quite early and hopefully hold possession throughout the matchup.
What can we see from our goaltender from the Mountaineers, Samantha DeHaan? What do you think could elevate her game against the Knights today?
Being an OCAA veteran keeper, she definitely has the experience and the clutch factor that the Mountaineers definitely want to see. Sadly, we didn't see much of her last week, but last week for the Mountaineers, it was still quite the close matchup with the ladies, and we're in for a real good close matchup, I'd say.
Now, Mountaineers defense, uh, how do they need to adjust in this game to keep the strong offense of the Niagara Knights?
For the defenders, I'll definitely say they really want their fullbacks to really get down the wings and support the run, but also be able to drop back and support the midfield to start up their offense again and again. So I'll definitely say if they can really try to hit those factors early on in the game, there will be a lot of success for this Mountaineers team.
And we talked about the defense. What about the offense for the Mountaineers? How do you think they can get into the Knights zone and get some points on the board?
I would say whenever you have Jaden Morgan at the top of your offense, there's always a chance for this Mountaineers team. Just getting her open and giving her chances is the best option for this Mountaineers to really get into that scoreboard. But there's also a lot of different players like Lammers, who's been a great support in the offensive scheme, I'd say, for this Mountaineers team.
Looks like the Knights are going to start with the ball.
Yeah, it seems that the Knights are going to start the ball for this Mountaineer home game so far. But right now, we're seeing a lot of great energy from these Mountaineers, a lot of communication on the pitch. And Andrew, I would say it's quite the good weather that we're getting right now.
It's very nice weather at Tim Hortons Field today in wonderful Hamilton, Ontario. Uh, it's a great night for soccer, and I can't wait to see what these ladies can do on the pitch. Mountaineer, the Mountaineers are putting up some great defense, some great pressure. The Mountaineers have the ball in Knights territory. The Knights take over in midfield. Knights send a great through ball to their winger. Knights have it in Mohawk territory. It's going to be cleared by Mohawk's defense.
And that's some good defending right there from the Mountaineers. Well, more so on the offensive scheme. Right now, we just saw Alyssa Glassbergen show a great bit of skill right there, trying to find some of her teammates and get them open. But last year, she was quite the goal scorer for this Mountaineers roster. So hopefully, we're able to see some of that again today.
It's going to be a corner kick for the Niagara Knights.
It seems there's a bit of miscommunication whether it's a corner kick or a throw in.
It's going to be a corner kick for Niagara. The kick. Great cross. Couldn't connect.
Now, some great height there on that cross right there for this Niagara Knights team.
It's going to be Mohawk ball on the sidelines. Mohawk throw in. Deep throw in. Mohawk has it in their own end. Great clearing by the defense.
This Mountaineers team definitely looking to apply more pressure, but currently right now, I definitely would say that this Niagara Knights team are really trying to lead the pack.
Mohawk has it midfield. Trying to start something in the Knights' territory. It's going to be Knights ball. Throw in.
And that was a good offensive push there by Hannah Kelly for this Mountaineers team.
Lammers trying to put pressure against the Knights. The Knights going down midfield.
And Hannah
It's going to
Snell,
be Knights ball.
Hannah Snell with the throw in for the Niagara Knights.
It's a battle on the sidelines. It's going to be Mountaineers ball. It's going to
Shoot.
be a great throw in. Looks like it's going to be a corner kick for the Mountaineers.
And in the past, this Mountaineers team has definitely capitalized on corners. Hopefully, we're able to see it again today.
Janelle Lemirs with the kick. Great corner kick by Lemirs. Lemire has it back. Great clear by the Knights.
And that was a good attempt of a kick by Lammers, but just didn't get the right footing on the ball, it seems.
The Knights have it in their own zone.
And there's some great composure that we're seeing from the Niagara Knights. Just being able to play with the ball in their territory and get the Mountaineers out of there.
Mountaineers throw in on the sidelines. Looks like there's going to be a substitution for the Knights. Mohawk now in Niagara's territory. Great defense by the Knights.
And
Knights have it midfield. They're
and
gonna kick it out of bounds.
that was definitely a good offensive rush by the Mountaineers team, but sadly not being able to get the right connection and communication to really make a play out of it.
Deep throw in by the Mountaineers. Mountaineers have it in midfield. Through ball for the Mountaineers goes to Niagara's keeper.
And right now, this Mountaineers team are looking like they still need to find their grounding in this matchup. Hopefully, they're able to do it quickly and not for these Niagara Knights to really set up their offensive scheme. But that was some great passing right there, some Tika Taka from this Knights team.
Looks like it's gonna be a goal kick for the Mountaineers. Kick for DeHaan. Good job keeping it in for the Mountaineers. The Knights have the ball now in Mohawk territory. Good through ball. Cross. Great save by DeHaan.
And that's some of the veteran experience that we're talking about that Dahan really has for this Mountaineers team. And it's always had for the years that she's played over here.
Mountaineers have it midfield. Great pressure by the Niagara Knights. DeHaan now with it. Pass, roll out to her defender. Great interception by Niagara.
And right now for this Mountaineers team, they're doing some great communication in the midfield, but it seems that some of the passes are just not getting around. And I would say right now that the Niagara team has quite the crowd on their side, so hopefully that's not playing a factor into this matchup currently.
It's going to be a corner kick for the Knights.
Right now, it definitely seems that these Niagara Knights are really trying to through ball and find the right passing lane to just take advantage of the defender's step.
Good attempt by the Knights, but it's a better save by DeHaan.
And as much as a great job that Dahan's doing, the Mountaineers definitely don't want their defenders to get too relaxed and get their keeper working a little too much.
Mohawk's going to kick it out of bounds. It's going to be Knights ball on their own territory. Throw in backwards to the defender for the Knights. Lemire's putting up great pressure. Mohawk has the ball in Knights territory.
And that's some great passing from this Mountaineers team after getting the interception.
It's going to be a corner kick for the Mountaineers.
And just in the possession earlier, Lammers was very close on getting the ball and would had a one-on-one with the keeper, but sadly just a couple inches short. It seems that the referee had to do a little bit of talking to some of the players about the roughness that's currently happening throughout this game.
Lammers with the kick. Just too far. It's going to be out of reach for the Mountaineers. It's going to be a goal kick for the Knights. The Knights have it in their own zone. Great passing by the Knights. Good through ball for the Knights in Mohawk territory. It's going to be a corner kick for the Niagara Knights.
And Marley Dropper just right there, being there at the right place at the right time for this Mountaineers team. Of the Niagara Knights just putting the ball over the shoulders of the defender. It's quite hard for another defender on the other side to get there. Very impressive play.
Corner kick from Niagara. Mohawk intercepts the corner kick. Niagara still has it in Mohawk territory.
That was a real good defensive play right there that Grace McAllen was just able to get a foot on it just to get it out of the Mountaineers territory.
Mountaineers throw in on the side. Deep throw in. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be Mountaineers throwing again. Another deep throw in for the Mountaineers. Mohawk putting up great pressure against the Knights.
And that was a smart defensive strategy from this Niagara Knights team. Just letting the deep throw and just roll out of bounds just for it to be a goal kick.
It's going to be a quick kick for the Knights. Knights have it in their own zone. Looking for the deep pass. Deep pass to Ryder. Ryder battling it out with Mountaineers. Mountaineers win the battle. Niagara gets the ball back in Mohawk territory. An attempt wide, right? It's going to be
And
a goal kick for Dahan.
and that was some great defensive plays, but also offensive magic from this Niagara Knights team.
The Niagara Knights have it in their own in Mohawk territory. Across, and Dahan's there to intercept the pass. Great goaltending by Dahan today, early in this game. Sending her forwards deep. A
And right
very deep kick by Dahan.
And right now, the Mountaineers are looking a bit sloppy with their passing compared to this Niagara Knights team, who are just able to connect on that last 1-2 touch to get closer to the net compared to this Mountaineers, who really tried to more so be on the counter attack and try their odds in that type of sense.
Dahan with the ball. Deep drop kick pass to Lammers. Lammers pass back to a midfielder. Deep pass. Niagara intercepts the pass. Niagara has the ball in their own zone.
And that was a great execution of just some defensive scheme that seems that this Niagara Knights are doing that just to make sure that these Mountaineers are just not able to get into their defensive zones. But still, the score is 0-0 of this matchup.
Gonna be a throw in for Niagara. Attempt of a deep pass, but Mohawk College, the Mountaineers are there to intercept the pass.
And one thing I'd definitely say that I'm seeing is that the Niagara Knights seem that they're more confident in that they can just take the ball from the Mountaineers in their defensive zone. So they're okay setting the ball deep just so they can try to get the ball back on a counterattack a bit closer to the defensive area.
Deep throw in by the Mountaineers. Pass to Lammers. So now the Lammers can't keep the ball, but it's going to be Mohawk's throw in. Lawrence Schneider with the throw in to Glassbergen. Back to Schneider to Janelle Lammers. It's going to be another throw in for Schneider and the Mountaineers.
And right now, it seems that these Mountaineers are really struggling to just get some shots on this Niagara Knights net and are able to get a bit closer in the defensive zone, but sadly are just getting a bit burnt on the counterattack. But so far, the Niagara Knights have not been able to capitalize on such plays.
And it's a good clear by the Knights. And it's going to be Mohawks throw in on the sidelines in their own end. Lawrence Schneider with the throw in. Quick throw in. Good move by Mohawk. An attempt of a deep through ball. Goes right to their keeper.
And Grace McEllen, who's had the right idea for the type of through passes to get to our offensive forwards, but sadly, just the execution of just getting the ball to the right person has been a bit of a struggle for tonight's game.
Good through ball to Lammers. Great defense by the Knights. Knights have it now in midfield. Mohawks putting up great defensive pressure. It's going to be a free kick for the Niagara Knights.
And Mountaineers not happy about that play, but aren't going to make a fuss about it. They're just going to let things be and try to capitalize the most they can with their defensive scheme. But we are seeing a much more aggressive Grace McEllen in this matchup right now.
An attempt by the Knights. It's going to be wide left. It's going to be a goal kick for DeHaan.
And it seems that Jaden Morgan will be subbing into this matchup. Also with Jada Sterling. And you can definitely see how much of a fan favorite Jaden Morgan and Jada Sterling are for this Mountaineers team. Quite the crowd roar. Hannah Snell and Sarah Walsh will also be making their appearance into the matchup for this Niagara Knights team.
Mohawk defense now with the ball in their own zone. Mohawks bringing it up to midfield. Great steal from Niagara. Through ball for Mohawk. Doesn't connect. It's going to be Niagara defense in their own zone. The Niagara Knights have it. Trying to get it into Mohawk territory. Couldn't connect on that pass. It's going to be a throw in. Niagara College has it in their own territory.
lot of ping pong back and forth with these two teams, but neither team able to really get that run to have a keeper worry in this matchup so far.
Sarah Hayes rolls it to her defender for Niagara College. The Knights have it in their own zone. Deep pass to their outside defender. The Knights have it now midfield. Niagara Knights building momentum. Through ball goes to Dehan. Dehan with a deep drop kick up to her forwards for the Mountaineers. Mountaineers have the ball midfield.
We are seeing quite the active keeper in Dahan today in this matchup.
Niagara College now with it midfield. It's going to be Mohawk Mountaineers throw in. Mountaineers now with it midfield.
And that's some great passing lanes that we're seeing right now with Jaden and Grace. But sadly, the third pass was not able to connect for that offensive rush.
Through ball attempt for Niagara Knights. Mohawk defense has it in their own territory.
And right now, this may be the Mountaineers' problem with playing a little too much in their defensive zone and need to prioritize on just getting that ball out of there. But again, we have quite the crowd making a noise in this matchup.
It's going to be a goal kick for Dehan. It's going to be a substitution for the Mountaineers. Mohawk has the ball in Niagara territory. Jada Sterling with a battle for the ball midfield. It's gonna be a Mohawk ball.
And that was a good defensive fight right there with Jada Sterling right there for this Mountaineers team.
Free kick for the Mountaineers. Mountaineers have the ball midfield, trying to work their way into the Knights' territory. Jaden Morgan now with a great move on their defender.
And Jaden Morgan having quite the uproar with the crowd right now, with a lot of fans behind her making some good noise. I'd even say in today's matchup, we're seeing quite a great display of skill and dribbling and just amazing footwork that we see in the game of soccer.
It's gonna be a throw in for the Mountaineers. It's Jada Sterling. Good throw in from Jada. Niagara Knights now have a midfield. Jada Sterling coming back for defense. Great defense by Sterling. Great defense from the Mohawk team.
Definitely, this Mountaineers team have been amazing on defense, just being able to not have these Niagara Knights capitalize with all their offensive chances.
Sarah Hayes now pass to her defender. Mohawks putting on some more pressure on offense. It's going to be Mountaineers throw in. Jada Sterling pass back to her defender. Looks like there's going to be a substitution for Niagara. Throw in for Mohawk Mountaineers. Mountaineers have it midfield. Great defensive takeaway for the Knights. The Knights have it now in Mohawk territory.
And Knights definitely have some good spacing that they're displaying right now. See if they're able to capitalize it on offense.
Then it's going to be Knights free kick.
This right now will be a huge free kick for this Niagara Knights team.
And Mohawk defense said not today. The Niagara Knights have the ball in Mohawk territory. Mohawk's defense is putting up a great fight. It's going to be Knights ball on the side. The Knights have it now midfield. The Knights going down the line.
And so far, both teams just not being able to really capitalize on their offensive chances. Looking quite a the close game so far, which really does show how dominant and strong this Mountaineers team.
Samantha DeHaan with the ball.
It seems that Dahan might have some big plans for this play, with quite the rush to keep the ball in. And that's a great touch there from Jaden Morgan. And it's quite the controversial call right there from the Mountaineers crowd and from some of the players. Seemed that Jaden Morgan just tried to muscle off her defender from the ball. But seems that her and the ref are all smiles and good right now.
It's a free kick for the Knights. Deep free kick. And Samantha DeHaan covers the ball. Samantha DeHaan looking downfield to Glassbergen. Niagara with a deep kick into Mohawk territory. Great through ball. It's going to be a great attempt. And DeHaan says, not today.
And that was a great save by Dahan and great anticipation. But right now, the Mountaineers are on the defensive, are on the my bad, the offensive rush, and hopefully able to capitalize.
Glassbergen with an attempt blocked by a Knights defender. It's going to be kicked out of bounds by the Knights. It's
And
going
that
to
was,
be Mohawk throw in on the side.
and that was an amazing offensive rush from this Mountaineers team. But sadly, just maybe one pass short from getting a goal on that play. It seemed that Glassbergen thought she had the shot, but the defender was just there at the nick of time.
Mohawk has it in Niagara territory. It's going to be another throw in for Mohawk. Deep throw in. It's going to be another throw in for Mohawk. It's going to be Jada Sterling.
And it seems that these Niagara Knights are really just trying to get the ball cleared. And they're just trying to get the ball cleared out their zone end, just for their offensive forwards to just go rush for the ball, it seems. But Silvio Sucas, just an amazing player for this Mountaineers team and just able to control the game. She's shown great skill that throughout the season, and hopefully we can see some of that tonight for this Mountaineers team.
It's going to be a great through ball for the Niagara Knights. Better defense from the Mountaineers. It's going to be Mountaineers throw in. Lauren Schneider with a great throw in. Niagara recovers the ball.
And that's some beautiful passing right there in a tight space for this Niagara Knights team, but just not able to capitalize on the offensive rush.
Great spacing by the Niagara Knights. Great steal by Sterling in her own zone. Mohawk defense doing a phenomenal job clearing the ball from their territory with a powerful offense of Niagara. Niagara Knights have it in their own zone in Mohawk territory.
And that was a
It's gonna be out of bounds and it's gonna be Mohawk throw in.
I would say that was some great defense there from this Mountaineers team. Just making sure that Dahan has some less stress on her plate and not letting the Niagara Knights capitalize on any shots.
It's gonna be a deep throw in. The Niagara Knights have the ball in Mohawk zone. Trying to build momentum to capitalize and make the score 1-0. It's going to be a free kick for the Knights.
And this could be a crucial free kick for this Niagara Knights team and possibly being able to capitalize on a goal scenario for them.
Deep free kick. It's going to be a goal kick for Dahan. Dahan with a quick free kick to her defender.
And that was some great defensive anticipation from this Niagara Knights team. And just so far, I would say that both these teams are quite leveled in gameplay. I would say that Niagara Knights have had a bit of a better offensive game so far and putting a little more pressure in the defensive zones for this Mountaineers team. But the defense of this Mountaineers team have been quite alive and very helpful for the Han throughout this game so far.
I definitely agree. The offense on Niagara has been phenomenal, but the defense for the Mountaineers have just been unstoppable, really. Like a lot of attempts for Niagara and a lot of great defensive plays for the Mountaineers.
And that even possibly looked like a great opportunity right there for this Mountaineers team. But sadly, the keeper did have great anticipation for where the ball was going and just got to the ball in just the right time.
Niagara College has it in their own zone. The Knights now with it in their own zone, moving it up midfield.
And I would say you can see how hungry this Mountaineers team and the great pressure that they're showing, but hopefully they're able to just really capitalize on a counterattack and really get their offensive game working.
The Knights have it in their own zone. Pass back to a big pass in Mohawk territory. Great through ball by the Knights. Better defense by the Mountaineers.
And I guess we see who the better
It's,
number 19 is.
it's gonna be a goal kick for Samantha DeHaan.
I would say that we're getting quite the matchup against Woods and Ryder. Both number 19s for this matchup. Ryder being one of the top offensive factors for this Niagara Knights team, compared to Woods being one of the key defenders for this Mountaineers back front.
Mohawk Mountaineers have it in their own territory, moving it up midfield. Through ball doesn't connect. It goes straight to Niagara's keeper.
Seems there was just a bit of miscommunication with this Mountaineers team on that through ball attempt, but some amazing pressure that this Mountaineers team is showing.
Good way to keep it in from the Knights. Pass back to their keeper. This is going to be a great through ball. Mountaineers intercept the pass. Have it in Knights territory.
And Woods just doing an amazing job of getting to the ball first.
It's going to be a great clear attempt by the Knights. Lauren Schneider there to intercept the pass.
That's a great show of skill there from Lauren Snyder.
The Knights now in Mohawk territory. Mohawk's defense says not today to the Knights offense. They've been doing that all game so far. Great pass to Jaden Morgan.
And this,
Jaden Morgan with a great attempt. A shot.
oh,
It's off the side post. Great attempt by Jaden Morgan. It's going to
just
be a goal kick for the Knights.
yeah, that was a great attempt from Jaden Morgan. Just a bit unlucky there, hitting a bit of the side post, bit of the crossbar. Great shot from her. Hopefully that she's able to get an opportunity like that again. But sometimes that could be a bit of a confidence boost for this Mountaineers team, just knowing that they're able to get those type of shots that are so close to being a goal. Hopefully they'll start shooting a little more often.
Goal kick from Niagara. Niagara with a quick goal kick. It's going to be Niagara has it in their own zone, trying to move it up midfield. It's going to be a Niagara throw in. Looks like Niagara wanted a handball call against the Mountaineers. Didn't get it. Mohawk is definitely playing with a little bit more momentum after that great attempt by Jaden Morgan. It's going to be a through ball for Niagara. Mohawk's defense gets to the ball first.
And that was a could have been a huge attempt right there for this Niagara Knights team. But the Mountaineers defense just getting there on a nick of time.
Mountaineers have it now in their own territory, intercepted by the Niagara Knights. The Knights now in Mohawk territory. Couldn't get there. It's going to be Mohawk throw in. Lauren Schneider with the throw in. Great throw in by Schneider. Mohawk now have pushing it up midfield. Intercepted by the Knights. Mohawk now trying to get into Knights territory. It's gonna be Knights throw in.
And right now in this game, it seems that fatigue could be being a huge factor for both teams right now. It seems that the offensive forwards are just having a bit of trouble really getting to that run. Like huge catch by Dahan right there. Just having great communication with her defenders on telling them to leave it right on time and for her to get it out there. And this could be the play that the Mountaineers need right now.
Fortunately, they couldn't connect there. Mountaineers. It's gonna be a Niagara Knights throw in. Deep throw in by the Knights. Knights try to clear. Jaden Morgan battling, trying to get the ball. Niagara Knights have it. Midfield. Intercepted by the Mohawk midfielder.
And that's a great pass from Sylvia Sukas right there to the defense just to get this offensive scheme really starting.
Niagara now with it in midfield. Pass back to their defender. Niagara trying to move upfield. Intercepted by the Mountaineers midfielder.
And that looked like it could have been a huge rush for this Mountaineers team, but sadly it was put to an end from the Niagara Knights. Right now, we're seeing a whole lot of back and forth with these teams. We're really having a whole battle in the midfield, but neither team really able to capitalize on their offensive rushes so far.
The Knights now have it. Trying to move it past midfield. It's gonna be a Knights throw in Mohawk territory.
And it could be right now that the Niagara Knights are making a huge offensive push with having their defense quite high right now. And hopefully the Mountaineers are able to capitalize on such.
Lauren Schneider for the Mountaineers with a throw in.
I would say right now there's a great pocket of space that if they're really able to get to Jaden Morgan, maybe should be able to get to a good open run and get one of those amazing shots off again.
Mountaineers force a corner kick.
And I would say on that play we saw quite the push off from the Niagara Knights, but it seems that no call will be made. And this right now is going to be a huge corner for this Niagara Knights team.
Here's the corner kick. Couldn't connect in the way they wanted to. It's going to be Mountaineers ball. Samantha DeHaan with the kick. Deep kick by DeHaan. Deep header from the Knights.
And it seems that right now we're in our last minute of play, and we're just going to get about one more minute of extra time. So you could see that the Niagara Knights are really trying to push for an offensive rush, but the Mountaineers definitely don't want to have that happen in their half.
It's going to be a goal for the Niagara Knights. A deep kick. And DeHaan thought it was going over the net, and it snuck in right underneath the crossbar.
And that was just a little sneaky shot right there that I would say just had our keeper a bit thrown off guard, and I would say that even possibly Dehan thought that the shot was going to go over the net. But all that should do is make the Mountaineers a bit more hungry and capitalize on these offensive rushes that they make.
There's about 1 minute left in the first half. Mountaineers have it in their own territory. Niagara College has the ball. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be Mohawk ball.
It did seem like that shot put the Mountaineers in a bit of a mental s- mental struggle, I would say. And just being able to bounce back on such a factor to happen late at the end of the first half.
Mountaineers trying to put a lot of pressure on offense, and that's going to be the half. At the end of the first half, the Niagara Knights lead the Mountaineers 1-0 with a late goal in the first half. What can coming back into the game, what can Mohawk do differently to get back into this game?
I would if I was the Mountaineers, I would have two type of scenarios either happen. One, I kind of rest my forwards and sub them on into a little bit of the later on into the matchup, maybe about 15 minutes in, just to get the Niagara Knights a bit tired after this halftime break. Or I would really try to hit the ground running and get a goal quick. I would say the best thing for this Mountaineers team to do is to really try to get themselves back into this game. And the more shots, the better, I would say, for this Mountaineers team.
Well, we'll find out after this quick break on OCAA Live. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back to Women's Soccer on OCAA Live. My name's Andrew Glob, and I'm here with.
McFestios Lua.
We're going into the second half of the matchup between the Mohawk Mountaineers and the Niagara Knights. Mohawk starts with the ball. It's a 1-0 game. Niagara Knights lead the Mountaineers 1-0.
And I'll definitely say that the Mountaineers were a bit unlucky with when the Niagara Knights scored. Just scored on the 45th minute. It's right before the 1 minute of hungry and want to get that bounce back. But it seems that this Niagara Knights team has a lot of pep in their step and have no plans on stepping backwards.
Mohawk with a great throw in. It's going to be Mohawk throw in. Great throw in. Niagara Knights now have it.
And one thing that this Mountaineer team don't want to be is really let this Niagara Knights be passive and really get a hand of where all their players are on the field and get the shots off. That could be the worst mistake for this Mountaineers team.
Samantha DeHaan with a great call to pick up the ball. Deep kick for DeHaan to Janelle Lammers.
And what I'm noticing right now is the Mountaineers are going back to their original lineup without any of their original first substitutions. So we are seeing the starting lineup out again, and hopefully we'll see if they're able to capitalize and make some make some room for their offensive counterparts that will be joining them later on. I would say resting Jaden Morgan and letting her catch her breath and get him closer into the game would be a smart call for this Mountaineers team.
Niagara Knights have it in Mohawk territory. Great defense by the Mountaineers. It's a great attempt for the Knights. It's
And
going
that,
to be cleared by the Mountaineers.
and that was a great clearance from Grace McCallum on this Mountaineers team. Just hearing her goalkeeper say, just clear the ball. So just being able to communicate and execute what your goalkeeper is seeing is just a great skill for this Mountaineers team. But hopefully they're able to get the ball out of their defensive zone and start getting some offensive rushes for them.
It's going to be a attempt by the Knights. Rollout by DeHaan. Niagara Knights have it now in midfield. Pass back to the defender. The Knights now in Mountaineers territory. An attempt. It's going to be an easy save for DeHaan.
And that was a great save from Samantha DeHaan. But this Mountaineers team just looking a bit lost on the field, not being able to get into rhythm and start getting into their offensive scheme. Seems that they're kind of just letting things happen and just more so on the reaction side instead of being dominant and really getting their type of way and their type of game.
It's going to be a throw in Niagara territory. Niagara with the throw in. It's going to be another Niagara throw in.
And the Niagara Knights just seem like they have a bit more control in this matchup right now. Just seems like they have a bit more cleaner passes, a little better communication on who's on what end and who has to be the last touch.
Dahan with a great clearance. Couldn't connect. Niagara now with it in Mohawk territory. It's going to be a corner kick for the Niagara Knights.
This could right now be a huge corner kick for this Niagara Knights team.
Good connection. Better save by Dahan.
And Dahan really just scanning the field on what's the best option for a huge drop kick.
Janelle Lammers with a great through ball. It's going to be a Mountaineers throw in. Deep throw in by the Mountaineers. Mountaineers have it in Knights territory. It's going to be another throw in. Lauren Schneider with throw in for the Mountaineers. Mountaineers have it in Knights territory, looking to capitalize and tie the game up.
That's a great show of skill from this Mountaineers team, but sadly, just not being able to capitalize on a shot right there. Seems to be a lot of passing in the offensive end for this Mountaineers, but sadly, zero shots to capitalize on such the great rush that they could have had.
Niagara Knights looking to increase their lead by to make it a 2-0 game. It's a great through ball for the Mountaineers. Good defense by the Niagara Knights. It's going to be a Mohawk throw in.
And that was a huge clearance right there, stopping the chance of a 1v1 with the goalkeeper. The Mountaineers just looking to start capitalizing on some shots and really testing the Niagara Knights goalkeeper.
It's going to be another Mohawk throw in on the side.
And this could be the chance for the Mountaineers.
Looks like it's going to be another throw in right near the corner.
And we are anticipating a huge throw from Lauren Snyder.
Good throw in. Mohawk putting up some offensive pressure, and it's gonna be a yellow card.
And it seems that this will be a yellow card for the Mountaineers team. It seems that Valerie LaRoche could be the player picking up that yellow card.
Great offense by both teams early in the second half. What do you think the Mountaineers can do to capitalize and make it a tie game?
I would definitely say that this Mountaineers team are having some great looks offensively, but are just struggling on getting the ball off. So just to start shooting more and start trying this Niagara goalkeeper would be the most ideal for this Mountaineers to really get back into this game.
It's gonna be a free kick for the Knights.
It Seems that there will be a quick substitution for this Niagara Knights team as well. He's going to take in the position for this Niagara Knights team.
Niagara College has the ball in Mohawk territory. It's going to be a great play by Dahan. Mountaineers defense trying to make something happen. It's going to be Mohawk ball for a throw in.
And it seems that this Mountaineers team are just struggling on finding each other and getting one another open on these plays.
The Knights now in their own zone. Great through ball. The Niagara Knights with it in Mohawk territory. Great attempt. Great, better save by Samantha Dahan.
And Dahan right there making an amazing save for this Mountaineers team. Just always being that clutch factor for this Mountaineers team. It seems that right now the Mountaineers really need to get the ball out of their defensive end and hopefully be a little more spaced out and connected for these offensive rushes. And it seems that the Mountaineers will be making a change in having Janelle Lammers off and putting back in Jaden Morgan, who's one of the Mountaineers' top strikers. So hopefully we'll see how she's able to impact this game.
It's going to be a kick for the Knights. Quick pass back to the defender. The Knights now have it, moving it up the field. Knights have it midfield. Great defensive move by Lauren Schneider for the Mountaineers. Niagara Knights now with it midfield, going into Mohawk territory.
And that was a huge defensive stop right there for this Mountaineers team. And possibly a even bigger counterattack. And Jaden Morgan
Jaden
with
Morgan going down with a great attempt, blocked by the Niagara defense. Great attempt by Jaden Morgan.
and that was a huge block right there for the Niagara defense. And not letting Jaden Morgan to get that strike off.
It's going to be an attempt for the Mountaineers. Keeper for Niagara was there.
Seems there's some communication error on that play, but seemed like the ladies sorted it all out on who should kind of get the ball and how open players are.
Mountaineers intercept that pass. Mountaineers have the ball in Niagara territory. It's going to be cleared by the Mountaineers. Almost kept in bounds. It's going to be Niagara throw in.
And this could be a huge attempt right now for this Niagara team, but it seems that some people are having a bit of problem on shooting. But that was a great slide from Grace McEllen. But it seems that that slide may have given her a bit of a uncomfortable position.
It's going to be a corner kick for Niagara College. kick.
That was a
Couldn't
huge.
connect. It was a great kick by Niagara.
I'll say that was a very powerful kick from this Niagara Knights team, but just not being able to have anyone capitalize and be on the end of it.
It's gonna be a goal kick for Smith Dahas. Dahan with a quick pass to a defender.
And the Mountaineers having a few substitutes in right now, looking to capitalize in this matchup. Having Janelle Lammers back in and Sylvia Sokaz also being able to join the offensive scheme and really help the midfield, especially after Grace McEllen having a bit of a trip up on her last play and feeling some discomfort.
Mountaineers have the ball, and it's gonna be a Niagara throw-in. Niagara midfield. Good steal by the Mountaineers. Mountaineers have it now midfield going into Niagara territory. It's been a very back and forth game. It's gonna be a Niagara free kick.
And I was a bit surprised on that call right there. It seems that there could have been an advantage that could have been more beneficial for this Niagara Knights team, but we'll see how this game progresses.
It's gonna be great pressure by the Mountaineers. Mountaineers clear the ball. Niagara has it in their own zone. Good defensive steal by Jaden Morgan. It's gonna be another free kick for Niagara.
I would say in this game we are seeing quite a lot of calls and just a few mishaps that are happening. A lot of action from the referee.
Niagara Knights now in Mountaineers territory.
And this is some amazing energy and defensive pushes with this Mountaineers team. Just not letting the Niagara Knights start setting up and capitalize on any offensive rushes that they're attempting. And huge kick from Samantha Dahan, really clearing the ball out and possibly starting an offensive rush right now. Huge counterattack. But
Mountaineers have the ball in Niagara territory.
sadly, the Niagara Knights were able to put a stop to that offensive rush of the Mountaineers.
There's gonna be another Mohawk substitution.
And Jada Sterling will be making a transition switch.
It's gonna be a throw in from Lauren Schneider. Mountaineers have the ball in offensive zone. Need to make an attempt. And it's gonna be a great clear by the Niagara defense. It's gonna be a free kick for the Mountaineers. And another substitution for the Mohawk Mountaineers.
And I would say that this free kick can be a very crucial one for this Mountaineers team to really get back into this lovely soccer match.
Janelle Lammers with the free kick. Great connection. It's gonna be another attempt. Just missed the ball there. Has lots of time in her own end. Great through ball from the Mountaineers. Lammers with a great attempt. It's gonna be denied by the Niagara keeper, Sarah Hayes. Hayes with a great kick to midfield. Mountaineers intercept the pass. Mountaineers have it in their own end.
And it seems that there's just a bit of miscommunication on where both wing backs were going to be on that defensive switch. We'll see if the Niagara Knights are able to capitalize on this mistake of the Mountaineers.
It's gonna be Niagara with throw in. There's a great battle for the ball in midfield. Niagara wins the battle. Niagara going down the line in Mohawk territory.
And this could be a huge attempt right here from the Niagara Knights, but it seems that the Knights are having a bit of that struggle of what the Mountaineers seem to be facing as both teams just don't really want to put some shots off and really start making these goalkeepers try for those saves.
Samantha DeHaan with the goal kick. Pass to a midfielder. Going up midfield. Lammers couldn't connect on that one. Mountaineers have it in their own end. Niagara College now with it in Mohawk territory. Great defense by Jada Sterling. It's going to be a free kick for the Niagara Knights.
And I would even say, even though a call did happen, that was an amazing defense from Jada Sterling, not letting the offensive striker get into the box and really held her ground. Great stuff right there.
It's going to be a kick. And it's going to be a great save by DeHaan.
And that was a well placed free kick right there. That could have been a huge problem for this Mountaineers team. But luckily, they do have Dahan that was able to save it.
It's going to be Mountaineers with it midfield. Sterling. Great through ball by Sterling. Mountaineers just couldn't connect. Sarah Hayes with the goal kick.
And it seems that the Niagara Knights coach is telling Juliana McGreco to start being a little more selfish and start getting some shots off. So we'll see if she's able to capitalize on the coach's advice later on in this matchup. But with that being said, the Mountaineers are going to have a huge opportunity right now to capitalize on a goal and get right back into this matchup for free, with a corner kick happening currently right now.
Referee's going to have a little discussion with the players. It's going to be a great connection. Another good attempt, and just over the post.
And it looked like a great shot opportunity, good attempt, but just a bit over the net. But this Mountaineers team are looking very hungry and are looking very hopeful of getting a couple more shots off and putting one in the back of the net.
It's going to be Mountaineers throw in. Schneider with a deep throw to Jaden Morgan. It's going to be a corner kick for the Mountaineers. Janelle Lammers.
Another huge opportunity for this Mountaineers team.
Great connection. Sterling now with it in Knights territory. Mountaineers midfield. Schneider with a missed pass. Passes it back to her defender. It's going to be Niagara ball for a throw in.
And right now, I'll definitely say the second half of this matchup, the Mountaineers have definitely been more dominant and showed a lot more heart and just how fierce they can be. But sadly, and that was a great show of skill right there from this Mountaineers team. But sadly, they just have not been able to capitalize on any offensive chances.
Jaden Morgan now. Pass to her winger. Niagara passes it midfield. Mountaineers defense is there to stop the play. Sterling now with it in her own end.
And these are some real huge fights for the ball that we're seeing from this Mountaineers team.
Dahan pass to a defender. Looking for a deep pass. Niagara intercepted it. Great attempt for Niagara.
It's a,
Broken up by the Mountaineers defense.
it's a bit surprising that some of these Niagara Knights players are not really capitalizing on shooting outside the box. You could definitely see where some of these players' comfort level is.
It's going to be Mohawk throw in. Jada Sterling is going to take the throw in. It's going to be another sub for the Mountaineers.
Seems that the Mountaineers are going to have Grace McEllen right back into this matchup and see how she can impact the game. Oh, my apologies. Number 7, Bernardo Torres, will be the one coming back into this matchup to try to help this Mountaineers team capitalize on some offensive rushes. And that's a great show of skill right there from this Mountaineers team, but sadly not being able to capitalize on it.
It's going to be a high bounce, but a good save by Sarah Haste. Niagara Knights. Deep kick. Great interception by the Mountaineers. Mountaineers with a great through ball. Connects. Great cross. And Heist is there to deny the attempt.
And that was a good attempt there from this Mountaineers, but sadly no one able to really get on the end of that cross attempt. But good efforts for this Mountaineers team, really showing how dominant. And Sylvia Suka has really been a tough, tough defender for this Mountaineers team on just making sure that this Niagara Knights cannot get in this defensive zone. Doing a great midfielding job of helping the defense and helping the offense out. Great job from Sylvia Sukas.
Mohawk has it in Niagara territory. Jaden Morgan now with an attempt. Keeps it in bounds. Jaden Morgan. Pass back for an attempt. A shot. And it's going to be wide left.
And sadly, just a bit wide, but that was a great attempt right there. And that's the great show of skill from Jaden Morgan being able to keep the ball in play and really try to give the Mountaineers another chance of evening the playing field in this matchup.
Niagara Knights now with it just past midfield. Great steal by Jada Sterling.
And that's a great bit of skill shown right there on this field for his Mountaineers. Definitely playing a lot harder, I would say, and showing that Mountaineer spirit, but just not able to get the right shots to capitalize on a goal to tie up the game.
Great offensive attempt by the Mountaineers. Broken up. It's going to be a corner kick for the Mohawk Mountaineers. Janelle Lammers with the corner kick. The kick. It's going to be a great attempt by the Mountaineers. Mountaineers sticking with it. It's going to be a shot, and it's going to go wide right.
And sadly, with all these attempts, this Mountaineers team has still not been able to capitalize on a goal so far. It seems that they might need to re-strategize on how they should really get into the defensive ends of this Niagara Knights team. Because I would definitely say that they are winning this half and have been a lot more dominant throughout this game entirely so far. But it seems that that shot at the end of the 45th could have been the most detrimental point of this matchup so far.
Mountaineers now with it in Niagara territory. Niagara with a great steal in the defensive zone up past midfield. And Mohawk's defense again with a great defensive play to break up Niagara's attempt. Niagara now in Mohawk territory. Great defensive play to force the corner kick.
And that was a beautiful defensive play with his Mountaineers team. Having our goalkeeper come out so far at the box and just being able to be right there at the right time to make sure that no goals could be capitalized on that goalkeeper rush. I would say that was beautiful soccer from this women's team. Mountaineers definitely looking to capitalize on a counter attack, but it will be a goal kick.
It's going to be a goal kick for Dahan. Mohawk has the ball midfield. Jada Sterling with a great through pass to DeGrasse. Gonna be kicked out of bounds by Niagara. It's gonna be Mohawk throw in. Jada Sterling with the throw in to Jaden Morgan. It's gonna be cleared by Niagara. It's gonna be another throw in for Mohawk. Mohawk has the ball midfield. Great pressure by Niagara College.
That's a great show of skill from this Mountaineers team so far. And just being able to play in the midfield and just deke out all these Niagara defenders.
Great through ball by the Mountaineers. Great defensive play. It's going to be a corner kick for the Mountaineers. Pardon me, a throw in for the Mountaineers. It's going to be Lauren Schneider with the throw in. Mountaineers have it in their own end. The ball hasn't been in Mohawk's end much this half. The defense has been doing a great job.
I would definitely agree with that statement. The Mountaineers' defense this second half has been very close to perfection, I'd even say, giving the Niagara Knights very minimal opportunities to even start up a offensive rush. But sadly, the Mountaineers have had quite the struggles on getting their own offensive rush and really getting some shots on the goaltender.
It's going to be a Niagara throw in. It's going to be Niagara has it midfield. Oh, it's going to be a terrible tackle for a yellow card against Niagara College. The Knights, number 2.
And I'd say that Niagara College has made quite the enemies of these Mohawk fans who are definitely showing how much they agree with that yellow card.
A free kick for the Mountaineers. A deep free kick. Mountaineers with another attempt. And Sarah Hayes is there for the stop. Hayes with a deep drop kick. Mount the Knights have it midfield. Now in their own end. Morgan with a great steal tried to feed the ball to Lammers. Lammers is going to take the throw in. A quick throw in for the Mountaineers.
And this could be a
Morgan
huge.
now.
And sadly, Jaden were just not able to get the right footing on that shot right there. And it will be a Niagara Knights goal kick.
Hayes now with the goal kick for the Niagara Knights. Great defense by Sterling. It's going to be Mountaineers throw in.
And I'd say it's really good that the referee was able to see that the ball went out of bounds on that play because that could have been a very dangerous offensive rush for this Niagara Knights team.
Mountaineers battling it with it. Niagara in midfield. Lauren Schneider now with the ball. Steal, great steal by Niagara. Mountaineers have the ball in their own territory.
It seems that the Mountaineers were struggling on getting the ball out of their territory, but this could be a huge offensive rush for them. But Ashley Phillips, who's just been a huge force for this Niagara Knights backfield, just always being a huge stop anytime the Mountaineers are looking to capitalize on an offensive rush.
Good attempt by LaRoche with the throw in. Deep pass for the Mountaineers. Jaden Morgan It's gonna do a pass that doesn't connect. It's gonna be Niagara throw in.
And with about just under 5 minutes left with this match, the Mountaineers are looking a bit desperate to really try to have one of these offensive rushes get towards them and possibly tie up this game before it concludes. And that was some great communication right there between our defender and goalkeeper. Just getting the ball out of the defensive zone.
Niagara. It's gonna be offside on Niagara. Samantha Hahn's gonna take the free kick.
And Dahan really looking to get the ball pushed out so the Mountaineers can really start an offensive rush.
Schneider with a pass to Morgan doesn't get there. Gonna be a great clear by Mountaineers defense. It's gonna be a throw in for Ashley Phillips or Niagara.
And with time dwindling down, it seems a bit of an offensive struggle for this Mountaineers team, just not being able to really capitalize on that last 1-2 shot movement.
It's gonna be a foul against the Knights.
And I'm surprised there's no card on that play because of how detrimental the timing and possession of that tackle was. Quite the shock.
It's gonna be another substitution for Mohawk. A free kick for Mountaineers. A deep free kick. And it's gonna go right in the hands of Sarah Hayes. Sarah Hayes pushing her team down the field. Mountaineers get the ball midfield.
And it seems that there's just a lot of clearing that's happening for this Niagara Knights team, just trying to get the ball out of their defensive zone so the Mountaineers cannot capitalize on any chances.
Looks like Ashley Phillips is going to do another throw in for Niagara College. Niagara's throw in. Mountaineers are battling. It's going to be offside for Niagara College. There hasn't been a lot of offsides today.
Just a couple, maybe one or two so far in this matchup, but it seems that we're just under 2 minutes left in this matchup, not including extra time. The Mountaineers are looking a bit desperate to really just try to get one on the scoreboard to even out this matchup.
Niagara putting up a little bit more pressure on offense. Been in more of a defensive focus this half. Niagara with a great attempt. A shot. And it's going to be wide right. It's going to be a goal kick for Samantha Hahn.
And this is one of the situations where the Mountaineers aren't trying to be in. Just having the defensive scare right there, a possible goal almost occurred for this Niagara Knights team. The Mountaineers definitely, with time dwindling down, they really want to get some offensive rushes and some strikes on net before time concludes.
The Mountaineers have it in their own end. It's going to be cleared by Lauren Schneider. It's going to be Niagara throw in. We're going to have an extra minute. Deep kick just over the crossbar. Samantha DeHaan is going to have a goal kick.
And it seems that there will be a literal last minute substitution.
Mohawk has the ball on their own territory. Pass upfield. Great through ball. Morgan with the ball. A shot. Goal!
And that's how you
Goal for Jaden Morgan to tie the game up 1-1.
time and time after again, Jaden Morgan delivers for this Mountaineers team. Just when we thought it couldn't be done, Jaden Morgan with quite the strike and has the crowd roaring. Amazing energy right there from this Mountaineers team. Just never giving up, but always showing that grit and grind that they have. Never lost pep in their steps, and they delivered at the end.
Niagara now has it midfield. It's
And
a tied game. Oh, it's going to be a free kick for Niagara. Doesn't I don't think the Mohawk fans really like that call that the ref made.
and this free kick could be the biggest turning point of this whole matchup. With quite the comeback the Mountaineers did, this free kick could ruin it all.
Free kick from Niagara. It's going to be a great save by Samantha DeHaan. Deep kick for Samantha DeHaan. Jaden Morgan again with a great pass. Niagara recovers the ball. Cross, but nobody's there from the Mountaineers.
And this Mountaineers team and Niagara Knights team showing a lot more energy and spirit in this matchup. Seems that both teams are quite desperate to get a win tonight and would hate to have a tie occur.
It's going to be Niagara throw in. There's going to be a yellow card awarded against Mohawk. We're in extra time. It's a tied game, 1-1. And that's it, folks. It is a tied game at the end of 90 minutes. The Mountaineers had a great last minute goal. Jaden Morgan with a great strike with to finish with a great goal. Mountaineers came back in this game. How are we feeling?
I'll definitely say it's the best outcome for what this match delivered. And when I say that, the Mountaineers definitely played a great second half, but definitely had some defensive struggles. And more so throughout the whole game, they had a lot of offensive struggles. And it seems that both teams were facing that same problem, but it's great to see that the Mountaineers were able to find a way at the end of the match with Jaden Morgan getting the game tying goal for this Mountaineers squad.
Now, despite the records of these two teams, this was a very even match all the way through, and it ended up with a tie. Your Mountaineers came back and tied up the game. The final score: Mountaineers 1, Niagara Knights won. Thank you for listening and watching on OCAA Live. My name is Andrew Golab, and I'm here with.
McFestio Suzua.
Have a great night.